What is up, guys? Chris here, Bear Market Mining. Thanks again for stopping by. So today we are going to talk about Kaspa. It is still the buzz. Now, if you've got KS0 Ultras at home, you might be finding that slowly but surely they are becoming less and less profitable and even unprofitable at this point for some people, depending on their electricity rate. But what if there was a different way? Well, I'm here to tell you that there is. So for some of you, you've heard of solo mining. For some of you, you haven't. So what we're going to do and what we have done is we've run a 7-day experiment solo mining with my 10 KS0 Ultras, and we're going to have a look at the results of that compared to pool mining, just to see if it is a little bit more profitable and if it's a good solution to increase your profits and keep you online for even longer. So let's get straight into it. So what is solo mining? So I'm sure many of you are familiar with pool mining. So you're on a pool, when a block gets found, you get paid a certain reward regardless. So that way you're basically insuring yourself against any sort of risk. You're ensuring that you're going to constantly yield a select amount of coin depending on how much hash rate you have on there. Now, the difference between this and solo mining is that when you're solo mining, you are solely responsible for finding that block. And when you find that block, you get paid out fully 100% of that block, minus whatever fees also are associated with the particular pool you're on. So for Kaspa, that block size at the moment is around 91, 92 less fees over here on Hero Miners. So now that we know what solo mining is and how you are going to get rewarded versus pool mining, let's have a look at how to set this up in case it is something you want to look into. And then we'll get to the interesting part. We'll see what the 7-day profitability looked like compared to pool mining. So first thing you're going to need to do is you are going to have to pick a pool. Now there's a ton of different pools out there. You can pick whichever one you like. Over here on miningpoolstats.stream/Kaspa, we have a really big list of different pools you can use. And if we look here in this pool fee column, in red, we can see solo. So this is letting us know that this particular pool will support solo mining. And in this case, I've chosen Hero Miners. So let's jump on over to Hero Miners and I'll show you how we can very simply set this up, jump into our wallet, and go through that as well, so you know exactly how to get this rolling if it is something you're interested in doing. So we've selected our pool and now we need to select our server. Now the best server for you is always going to be the one that is closest to you. This is going to give you the lowest amount of ping and help increase your chances of hitting a block ever so slightly. Look, the chances of hitting are low to begin with, but you really want to make sure you've got the best ping possible to sort of boost that chance ever so slightly. Now for me, I'm in Australia, so we would use this au.kaspa.herominers.com server, and then we would follow that with a colon and input our port. Now we see port 1207 supports the KS0 Ultra, so that would be what follows, but this will just allow us to pool mine. So if we scroll a little further down here, we can see we have some instructions as to how to make that solo. So it says you can do solo mining using any port of the pool. Just use this prefix before you enter your address. Now the prefix is, as we can see in yellow, solo. So that's what we would enter in before our wallet address. Now we'll jump on over to my KS0 Ultra, one of my KS0 Ultras, and I'll show you exactly what that would look like. So now we have our pool and our server selected. So we jump on over into the KS0 Ultra dashboard, and in our mining settings, we're going to enter that in. So we have au.kaspa.herominers.com with colon followed by our port 1207. Now, depending on your pool, some will require you enter the stratum plus TCP in, some won't. That will differ. So if you're having any issues on different pools, try and enter this in with or without, and it may help. Then moving over here into our wallet and worker, you can see we've got that solo colon prefix before we have our worker address. So this is our payout wallet. They're all different. This is not my actual payout wallet for those that are interested. And if you want to add a worker name, you would simply put a dot at the end, KSO Ultra, for example. Click save, and there you are. And we can see if we jump on over here, just for this video, I've got this one working away. And you can see on Hero Miners, it has this little guy right here, which tells us that we are solo mining. So that is how you set it up. Very simple. So now that we have seen exactly how to set this up on Hero Miners, really straightforward. Like I said, let's get into the juicy part. I've run this for 7 days, as I told you in the intro. So we're going to have a look at how many blocks I actually hit, how much I made as far as the yield is concerned, and compare that to pool mining and just see, is it worth it? Is it worth a shot? And you guys can make a decision from there. Okay, so how did we do overall? So we can see on the left here, a total of 275 Kaspa. Now that was paid over 3 different blocks. Now this isn't represented in the 7-day, as I am recording this a little after that first block was hit, but the way this went was basically we hit a block at 6%. Straight away, I was like, yes, we're onto something here. We might actually do well. And then we hit one at 100%. I'm thinking, fair enough, you know, 106% for 2 blocks, that should be 200%. Good so far. And then this last one, we hit at about 170%, I think, and it really brought things back down to earth. So 3 payments of 91.6 Kaspa, which came out to 275 Kaspa. So not too bad, 70 bucks Aussie for the week, or about 50 USD. For those playing at home. So how does that compare to pool mining though? So if we were to stick this on the pool and get the rewards daily, we'd be looking at 38 Kaspa per day, sorry. And that's for 4 terahash, 10 KSO Ultras, 400 gigahash each equals 4 terahash. So why don't we do some quick maths on that one? 38.56, we times that by 7. And that gives us 269. So we did slightly better than we would have if we were just to be pool mining by, what's that, 6 Kaspa. So pretty much a dead even split. Now, let me tell you, I've solo mined a bunch of different coins over the last few years, GPU mining, CPU mining, all that sort of stuff. Now with these ASICs, and the way that solo mining often goes is you almost always hit your first block in the first, you know, at least 50% of when you should have, right? So your first block always seems to be really, really good for some reason, and then it slowly teeters off. So I feel like there's, while it's luck, quote unquote, I feel like there's a sweet spot for solo mining. So let me know if you'd be interested in me running a few other tests. I feel like maybe pool mining for, say, a few days, and then solo mining for 1 day out of the week, or something like that. I feel like that could be a little hack to the system, but overall not too bad, right? Like, I didn't lose, I slightly gained. I'll tell you what, on the last day when we hit that block, or second last day I should say, I was getting a little bit nervous. When I've solo mined in the past on things like Warthog and Claw and other coins, I've hit like some 300-400% blocks, and you're just sitting there thinking, what am I doing? So I'll take this, I'll chalk this up as a W for now, and maybe we'll, like I said, maybe we'll try a few different little tactics to see if we can maybe, I don't know, bug the system or something, so to speak. So that will wrap it up for today, guys. As I said, a pretty average result. I'm really interested to know if anyone else is doing any solo mining on Kaspa, either with the KSO Ultras or the big boy units, the KS5Ms, 5Ls, even the KS3s. I'm not sure if they're profitable anymore, but I think some people are using them. It is an interesting way to do it. I mean, you can get really lucky. For me personally, I never really seem to get super lucky with solo mining or anything like that. It always ends up pretty even keel for me, which I guess is not a bad result. So I'm interested to know how you guys have gone. Let me know down in the comments. What's the lowest block percentage you've hit, and what's the longest? I think in this experiment, my lowest was 6 and my longest was 176, which, when it gets into that 100+% mark, that's when you start to really question whether you've done the right thing. So That'll wrap it up for today, guys. If you liked the video, please hit that like button for me and consider subscribing. And if you want to talk more about Kaspa mining, any sort of mining, GPU, CPUs, deep in projects, make sure you join the Discord. The link is in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.